lot of experience out on that floor in front of us, Brent. Your career spanned 14 seasons. Talk about how you saw the game differently as a veteran player versus the first couple years in the NBA.
Well, I saw it from the bench, quite frankly, as a veteran, Kevin.
Now, wait a minute. Now, hold on now. I know that's not altogether true.
I think the game just slows down. You start to understand that there is a tempo and a rhythm, not only to any given quarter, but any given game and any given season. So it's really, Kevin, about the idea of it slowing down. And I did sit on the bench towards the end, Kevin. That is true.
A little bit.
14 is still a good number.
But it turned out well for you.
Well, I get to sit next to you.
Well, it's a lot of fun. You're right. It's a lot of fun. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. The backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. And it's Middleton in at the 3. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
And positionless basketball, all the rage, and Kyle Kuzma really fits that mold. Is he a 3? Is he a 4? I don't know, but he gets buckets.
What's up?
And very light-footed is Kuzma. Moves well for his size.
You know, kind of a tweener in terms of build, but he has the ability to light up that scoreboard, something every team can use.
Now here's Lopez. From 12 feet out. A second chance effort, and it's good on the layup.
That's a battle down there. It's one of the reasons Lopez has been in this league for over a decade. Solid effort.
LeBron James on the wing. And he gets the bucket.
Almost perfect in the game to start. 3 of 4.
Bucks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Bledsoe passes to Antetokounmpo. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. The rebound by the Lakers.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
Pass to Rondo. Pass to Kuzma. 4 on the clock. Goes back up. Doesn't go that time. Good D by Lopez. Not a fast start for the Bucks. Trailing by 5. Rondo with the steal. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Kuzma. A very nice season for him last year. Last season, he averaged 18 points per, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. You know, year 1, he was learning the ropes. I think he's hoping to make a much bigger impact in his second campaign.
Absolutely. As a rookie, the game just goes incredibly fast. Sophomore year, things start to slow down.
And Giannis throws it down.
Yeah, the muscle of Antetokounmpo is impressive. He's just destroying the defense right now.
And, you know, the improvement we've seen over the last few seasons with Giannis is incredible. I mean, he just keeps adding to an already superstar-level game.
Free throw no good for Giannis. And you know, Greg, this last season, Giannis improving on his rebounding and his passing.
Career highs for him in both of those areas. If he ever adds a deep shot, I'm not sure how you guard him at that point.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, I did speak with Mike Budenholzer for a few minutes. This will be the first time they're going to be going up against LeBron, AD, and the Lakers. Coach knows the kind of challenge that presents. Coach said, we need to play smarter than them this game, or things will fall apart fast. The athleticism on that roster is hard to match, so we need to beat them with our approach. I suppose that's mind over matter. Guys?
Thank you, David. Here is Rondo following the basket by Giannis. 6 to shoot. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Baseline jumper. Kuzma. It's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Here's Bledsoe. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Wow, the energy from Bledsoe in this one, excelling at turning on the jets and getting to the basket.
Lets it fly from 18. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
And Davis sends it back.
Love that D from Davis, rises up and swats that shot away.
And the wide open shot from Green. That one, no good. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. This, of course, their first opportunity to play the Lakers.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
Sort of representative of how they each finished the season. One a playoff team, the other on the outside looking in. I think things may play out the same way this year, too.
Here's Giannis. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Open up the floodgates and let Giannis run through. What a joy to watch him in transition.
James looking it over. From 12 feet out. Here's Davis. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Lakers shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
For your Lakers, Anthony Davis.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis. The starting gate opening night in the NBA. Brent, what are you most looking forward to?
I just like to see who it is that, in terms of their competitive spirit right now, is coming out of training camp hungry. Let's see in the next couple weeks which team jumps out and which coaching staffs have done a great job preparing their team coming out of camp. Now, we know that teams can fall off, Kevin, that talent will catch up. Other veteran teams may get themselves back into a rhythm. But coming out of training camp, how much more together are teams, and teams that have made changes, what are they playing like?
Yeah, what's their chemistry like? Exactly.
Let's find out how they're going to play this year.
Here's Rondo following the basket by Brook Lopez. Davis inside. Lopez is there. And the shot goes in. Davis has got 5 points so far.
Just a great hustle play there. Energy and passion. This is what you play the game for.
Bledsoe taking his time here. Feeds it to Middleton. LeBron with the block.
Well, LeBron using his big mitts there. Comes in handy on defense. Getting up there to spike that one away.
Got that bucket in no time at all. 8 points for Davis.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
Well, Mike Budenholzer winning the Coach of the Year for the second time, just has such a great mind offensively and came in with a new system for this entire roster, one that they embraced very early on. I think it was really important last year, training camp, establishing that type of confidence. It carried them through for the entire year.
Here is the 2K leaderboard with the list of last season's top three-point shooters. You look at Green, second in the league, extremely accurate from beyond the arc.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from 3.
And for the Milwaukee Bucks, Budenholzer, a big reason they were a top offense last season.
Well, we talk a lot about Bud ball, and you add Giannis Antetokounmpo in there, and Bud's ability to pair Giannis's unique skill set to the way that he wanted to play. It really changed a lot of what they did offensively, and it felt very, very seamless.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Good D by Lopez. Bucks trail by 5. And the foul called on Danny Green. That is his first foul of the game. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Milwaukee.
Pat Connaughton.
Lakers on D. And Middleton kicks to Ilyasova. Pass to Connaughton. Middleton with it. Just 5 on the clock. Milwaukee, no good that time either. James outside. Loads it up for Davis. And finished off by Davis.
Great work by the team there to find AD. They make eye contact, and the rest of that is history.
The pass to Ilyasova. Here's Connaughton. Here's Middleton. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Ball's knocked loose. Lopez with the steal. Rondo with the steal. And it's sent back by Lopez.
Oh, that's out of there. Not a high riser, but Lopez using his frame, a smart block, if you will.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And Greg, after this season, Antetokounmpo will be eligible to sign a Supermax extension. The Bucks want him to stay happy.
The loss of Malcolm Brogdon last summer definitely stung. Trying to control costs, but you don't want to take a step back with Giannis's decision looming.
And that one misses. To win with consistency, Brent, you need guys who you can bank, guys you can count. With that in mind, who's the most consistent scorer that you see night in and night out in the NBA?
Well, Kevin Durant and James Harden are just tremendous at scoring the basketball. Anywhere they are, at any time, they have an opportunity within a few minutes to explode and put 10 or 12 points on the board. And so those individual runs, and then Kevin, quite frankly, the attention defensively from the opposition to try to shut them down will open up opportunities for other guys to flood into the game that haven't had any impact thus far.
Exactly.
So now all of a sudden they get going, but Durant, Harden, and last year there were stretches where Paul George absolutely entered this category.
Clock is at 3. Here's Hill. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I'm not going to give LeBron any more space, but certainly like to see him dunk. How about that throwdown?
Now here is Hill. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Lopez finds Korver. Kuzma pulls it in.
Well, with his touch from mid-range, Kevin, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Connaughton. Nice D from Cousins.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Cook. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. From past the arc. Rebound the Lakers. Down low. Lopez with the steal. Hill looking around. Passes to Connaughton. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Connaughton's got his 2nd basket.
George Hill recognizing when his man was open, an effective pass that time.
James against Korver. Cousins dishes to James. Shot from 12. He squares up and sinks it. James has got 10 points in the game.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Outside Hill. Clock at 6. And the rejection by Cousins.
How about Cousins with some gritty defense there, showing off his intimidating length on that rejection.
Caldwell Pope passes to Cousins. Outside for Caldwell Pope. That shot off the mark. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Outside Hill. Pass to Lopez. Dishes it to Hill. Trying to get open is Lopez. Hill, no good. Lakers leading by 11. Pass to Kuzma. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. 7 points in the game.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. Offensive rebound. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Well, he's got quickness and he's got that frame where he's going to lean on you with that body and find a way to get an angle to score.
There's the feed to Lopez. Over Cousins. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Lakers ahead as they wrap up the first quarter on a 20-6 run. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. Well, you see a lot of players who pick up the controller and fire up NBA 2K, thank goodness, including the king himself, LeBron James.
I play 2K all the time. Seriously, when I'm playing the game, I'm putting certain lineups on the court that I see could actually help us in real life, which is very weird.
Always experimenting, always keeping his mind engaged, Greg, with basketball.
And that's who Bron is. He lives, breathes, and eats basketball.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, the Lakers are pretty much in control here.
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. We've got Antetokounmpo. He's out there with Kyle Korver. George Hill out there with Ilyasova. And it's Connaughton in at the 2. And the free throw, no good. Brett, when you look back on all the stars you played against during your career, who was the biggest intimidator?
Well, I think about intimidating players, and the first word that comes to mind is Anthony Mason. I know he wasn't a bona fide player, but
right.
you know the role that he had for the teams that he played with, and Anthony Mason was a player you did not want to be playing against. During my era, most of the years that I had some successes and minutes on the floor, it was certainly Kevin Garnett. The way that KG approached every game, and you spent many seasons watching him very closely, from year 1 to year 18 or 19, KG came at you every game, every night with the same kind of zest and excitement to compete.
Well put. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, DeMarcus Cousins suffered an Achilles injury, and it was a major setback for him, but it was also an eye-opener. Cousins said, any given day could be your last day playing, and all the celebrity, all the fame ends. My love for the game has grown, but at the same time, I want to be more than just a basketball player. Kevin, challenges can put anything into perspective.
Thank you, D.A. Here's Antetokounmpo, following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins. Bradley against Antetokounmpo. Shoots over Bradley, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Milwaukee. On Sunday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards. And then on Thursday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Here is Cook. He's guarded by Hill. The pass to McGee. Over Giannis. McGee's shot is off. Bucks trail by 13. Hill inside, guarded by McGee. McGee with the block. Beyond the arc. And there's DeMarcus Cousins on the assist from Cook. Cousins has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Just great confidence from Cousins there. Once he gets the ball, he's immediately looking to pull the trigger.
And it's Hill penetrating, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul against the Lakers.
Well, George Hill, the veteran guard, doesn't produce at the volume he once did. Still, he brings a lot of value to a team.
The first one falls. And for Hill, Greg, he's a great veteran leader who brings value to a playoff-bound team.
You know, Hill has a game that is effective even when he's not scoring. His leadership and defense will make him a welcome addition to any roster, even as his numbers fade.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Anthony Davis comes in for JaVale McGee. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Cook.
And the athleticism that George Hill can bring to the point guard position makes him impressive. He does it so well on both ends, especially when he's engaged.
Daniels with it, defended by Ilyasova. Here's Davis. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, easy call.
Well, it was speculated all of last season and shortly after the finals ended that Anthony Davis had his wish fulfilled by getting traded to the Lakers.
And Davis and LeBron make as scary a duo as you can think of in the NBA. Missed out on some of the other marquee free agents, but AD will get a plethora of looks playing alongside LeBron.
Free throw good, Davis.
Well, Anthony Davis, the #1 overall pick back in 2012, a perennial all-star, 6 of his 7 seasons in New Orleans with the Pelicans, where he averaged over 20 points per game. He is a superstar and one of the more rare birds in the league at his position to be able to do what he does.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And Brent, you look at the different ways that Davis can affect the game. What stands out to you most?
Well, really his skill level. There's a lot of talk about how much he's grown as a shooter and playing in the half court. But since he's come into the league, Kevin, the skill that I admire most about AD is what he does in transition. For him to get out on the break, run and be a target, and catch the ball at any position on the floor and know what to do with it, that's an amazing thing for a guy his size.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Rondo passes to Davis. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 3 assists in the game. And it's Bledsoe with the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. It's an 18-point game. It's stolen by Bradley. And it's the Lakers on the break. Bradley's got the ball. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
That's instinctual play by Avery Bradley. The coaching staff loves to see him go after those kind of steals.
And Greg, when you evaluate Avery Bradley, the offense isn't what it once was, but the defense is certainly still there.
Yeah, Bradley has struggled with the scoring in recent years, but defense, that does not go cold. Still a menace to ball handlers, and his reach and length can suffocate perimeter players.
That free throw good from Bradley.
There's a nice, quiet leadership quality that Avery Bradley gives to his teammates, and it's something that the coaching staff absolutely is on board with.
Now here's Bledsoe. Over Rondo. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here is Daniels. He's covered by Matthews. Rondo against Bledsoe. Back to Daniels. Just 5 to shoot. Off target from outside.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, as good as you can do without getting a block there to defend.
Now here's Ilyasova. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Dallas. The shot by Bledsoe. Nobody around. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton.
Eric Bledsoe connecting from there. When he's making that sort of stuff, you can see the confidence grow.
Rondo passes to Bradley. Here is Daniels. He's covered by Matthews. Pulls up from the corner. Los Angeles with another miss. Bucks trail by 18. Knocked loose. Bledsoe against Rondo. Bledsoe can't get that one to drop. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Bradley with the ball. Rondo passes to Davis. Over Middleton. And here's Bradley from 3. Sinks the triple. Bradley's got 6.
And they've done a great job knocking down those long-range shots here in the second, shooting just over 40% from downtown.
Now here's Ilyasova. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Giannis, no good.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Here's Middleton. Passes it to Ilyasova. He feeds it to Giannis. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And what a year last season for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was terrific across, Greg, all stat categories.
And he was rightfully in the MVP conversation very early on. He's still very young, and I see multiple MVP seasons in his future.
That free throw, no good.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Some changes for the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Cousins. James comes in for Bradley. And it's Green in for Daniels. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Lopez is checked in. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also.
Each year we get to see Giannis come back from a summer and what he's done to up his game. Get a little bit stronger in the weight room, be a little bit better ball handler, play a little bit more aggressively. The guy's competing to be one of the best players in the business.
And here's Bledsoe following the three-pointer by Anthony Davis. Pass to Middleton. Outside Matthews. The three. Rebound the Lakers. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
LeBron not messing around. That time in the paint, close to the rim, smelling blood.
So it's the Bucks now after the basket by the Lakers. To end the run, and the dunk by Giannis.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like Greg for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. Rondo passes to LeBron. Back to Rondo. Green breaking loose. Rondo, no good.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
And so James will bring it up for Los Angeles. Outside, Green. Kicks it out to LeBron. To the middle. It's tipped. Davis. 5 on the clock. And a big summer for the Lakers, trading for Anthony Davis. For a time, Greg, it even looked like they had a great shot at landing Kawhi Leonard.
He ends up choosing the Clippers, which gives rise to a compelling rivalry. The nexus of NBA basketball has shifted to the city of angels. Whichever team you root for, LA fans with a lot to celebrate.
Shooting two.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis.
Impressive thing about Anthony Davis is just how much ground he can cover during the game. Has come into this league as one of the best running big men in transition. Still a huge weapon for him.
And both free throws good for Davis. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Lopez against Davis to the inside, and the dunk by Giannis.
Giannis bringing it down, using that sensational length to get that finish.
Middleton against James. Look at that jam.
No way.
I mean, just beautiful.
Never get tired of LeBron James in the air doing wonderful things.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Matthews, no one around him. They get it back. Antetokounmpo kicks to Bledsoe, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
A great floor awareness says that Antetokounmpo has a sense for when the D has overcommitted or shifted his way, and then he finds where his teammate is open on the floor.
Bucks shooting in the second quarter has been pretty iffy, down 32%. Lopez outside. Matthews against Green. Shot clock at 6. Matthews against Green. Matthews no good.
Yeah, pretty safe to say that this is the kind of game that you just want to flush as soon as you get done with it.
And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. And some changes here for the Lakers. JaVale McGee's checked in for Anthony Davis. Caldwell Pope comes in for Green. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And then for Milwaukee, Kyle Korver. He's checked in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton comes in for Wesley Matthews. And it's Hill in for Eric Bledsoe.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
Hill passes to Giannis. Connaughton kicks to Hill. There's the dish to Lopez. Good, the assist goes to Hill. And that's now 6 points for Brook Lopez.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Here is Cook. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Korver. Hill passes to Connaughton. The Bucks working the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. Lopez. Good D by James.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
For Los Angeles, they have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
Lakers. Quinn Cook. Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Cook.
Well, a fantastic year for the Bucks, and the future looks bright for this franchise.
A new arena in Milwaukee, a new practice site. First-year coach Mike Budenholzer changing the entire philosophy of what they did offensively and ending up in an MVP award for one Giannis Antetokounmpo. The fans showed up. A lot of excitement for the Milwaukee Bucks in the years to come.
Now here is Hill. Now the pass to Lopez. Floats one. The rebound by the Lakers. Kuzma's got rebound number 8 now on the night. It's Caldwell Pope with the drive. Tries again. And the layup good by McGee. McGee's got his first points in this one.
When you're trying to claw your way back into a game, you cannot allow second chance opportunities.
Yeah, those are tough. You get back into the game by working harder than the other team, not the other way around. They're just going to extend this lead.
Here's Connaughton. 6 points for him. And it's JaVale McGee with the foul.
JaVale McGee.
That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. 4th team foul.
19 seconds left in the first half of the game. 6 to shoot. Here's Connaughton. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope.
And the quickness and long arms of KCP, he does a good job of getting into the shooter.
And so it's Los Angeles, having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Kentavious, you guys were getting a lot of offensive rebounds in the first half. How important was that?
Oh, man, they was important, man. We got to keep them off the glass. We can't get them second shot, and we got an offensive rebound too as well. Get us some second chance at the basket and just keep working hard.
Well, you made it work in the first half, KCP. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A tremendous game we're seeing from Anthony Davis. He ended up with 19 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 assist. He's been playing extremely well lately and making some new highlights for us already in this one. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, the bench came in and helped them run away with this one. Tremendous job of getting loose, getting open, and drilling shots. You always want that spark off the bench, and these guys delivered.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Bucks.
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. And you know, I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at Anthony Davis in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Oh, man, pouring it on right now, and why wouldn't you?
And Milwaukee has possession. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington, where they'll face the Wizards. That'll be the third game of this 3-game road trip. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. And it's Rondo in at the point guard position. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. Here's Kuzma. No good on that one. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Wilson the pass to Matthews. Bledsoe outside. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Wilson. Here's Middleton. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
Yeah, you don't want to leave Middleton from that area. His mid-range game is on fire, draining those shots often.
Middleton against LeBron. Nice move. And the layup is up and in. LeBron's got 19 points.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And since coming to the Bucks, Eric Bledsoe hasn't been asked to do nearly as much as he has in the past.
And for Bledsoe, that is a good thing, as he is best as a complementary player. Not scoring as much, but his decision-making and shot selection have vastly improved.
The free throw drops for Eric Bledsoe. And Brent, when you watch Eric Bledsoe go to the rim, you just have to admire what an incredible finisher he is.
Well, Bledsoe, I think, has always relied on the fact that his physical stature, not in terms of his height at 6'1", but his width and strength allows him to go in there and be a bit of a bulldog, to get contact and to make things happen. So never has shied away from that.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Here's LeBron, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
Well, beyond the physical stuff, what I like about Giannis right now is the feel for the game. That time, great timing defensively.
LeBron, good.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
Matthews scanning the floor. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Shoots over Kuzma. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
From deep, Green. Second shot opportunity. And Davis can't get it to go.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Oh, and the jam by LeBron.
Just looks so easy for LeBron James, a powerhouse who can score from anywhere.
Giannis outside. It's good. Giannis has got 16 points.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
Rondo against Bledsoe. To the paint, here's James, and finished off by LeBron.
Now you can't leave someone open around Rondo. He'll find them.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Bledsoe outside. Passes it to Giannis. Puts it up from 15. That one drops for him. 18 points for him.
I'd like to see how confident and effective Antetokounmpo could be from there. He's got some room to shoot it. He really does need to fire away.
Now here's Rondo. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Matthews. He dishes it to Antetokounmpo. He doesn't hit that one.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
Kuzma outside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Plays with such a fearlessness. Kuzma is terrific at staying engaged and forcing the issue.
And the first one drops. And Kyle Kuzma, a late pick in the 2017 draft, but he's shown that he's as strong a prospect as any.
Yeah, flew under the radar as a prospect, but came in with a very refined game and was an impact player early on. Has already started to expand his game. Should see an even bigger role as he develops as a player.
And both free throws good for Kuzma. Brent, with advanced analytics becoming commonplace in the NBA, which stats do you personally hold most valuable?
Well, it's amazing to talk about effective field goal percentage. I laugh a lot about...
Which is everything shooting. Free throws.
Yeah, well, you would use... I like to use true shooting percentage, Kevin, because that's where you adopt three-point shooting percentage, two-point shooting percentage, and your free throw percentage.
Everything.
But in talking to a lot of people around the league, general managers and coaches, I laugh inside to myself a little bit like, oh, so now shooting's important? Like what? Like now shooting's important around the league?
Right.
As if, you know, the time that you go out to start playing basketball, you grab a ball, you go towards the goal, and your goal is to make the shot. And so we're talking so much more about how much shooting is valued. Effective field goal percentage is tremendous, with true shooting percentage being not far behind.
And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Lakers. Kicks it to James. And the dunk by James.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Bledsoe passes to Ilyasova. Pass to Middleton. Fires the three. And the rebound goes to Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
He sees the court so well, Rondo. As soon as the lane opened up, he was all over it.
Back to Bledsoe. And that one drops for him. Bledsoe's got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, that's one way to get back into this game. Keep getting him the ball and let him make the shots.
Here's Rondo trying to get open as Lopez. The shot by Rondo is no good. For Milwaukee, they've gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Count it. Middleton's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Now here's LeBron. He's got 27, and he comes up with the deuce. And that's now 21 points for Anthony Davis.
Defense maybe got away with a foul there, but AD too good for their best efforts with that shot.
Rondo against Bledsoe. Rondo with some nice D. Los Angeles has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Keeps it alive.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Outside Matthews. Pass to Lopez. He kicks to Middleton. Here is Matthews. 5 to shoot. Lopez against Davis. Lopez, no luck for Los Angeles. They've gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. Middleton against James, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And the GOAT conversation. LeBron has said his motivation is to surpass Michael Jordan as the greatest of all time. Greg, what do you think he needs to do to bolster his case?
I think for the naysayers, the obvious answer is more rings. You look at the other numbers, including those 8 consecutive finals appearances, LeBron is in the discussion.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
Free throw good, LeBron.
Interesting to watch LeBron James at the line through the years. Has tried many different free throw strokes. Not a bad free throw shooter by any means, but always tinkering.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Caldwell Pope comes in for Danny Green. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And both free throws good for LeBron.
Still playing at an MVP level, LeBron James, the greatest player of his generation, and some would argue of all time. We can't take for granted what we've been able to witness.
And the Bucks miss again.
That's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
Still Lakers ball.
Daniels, he's checked in for the Lakers.
Troy Daniels.
Here is Davis. 23 points in the game. Here is Cook. Count it from 12. Cook's got 6. And now in his mid-30s, LeBron showing no sign of slowing down.
Man, his dedication to training and really maintaining his body, second to none. Alongside his prodigious athleticism, it seems that's made a huge difference.
Well, he coined the name himself last season. Brent, are you willing to call Brook Lopez Splash Mountain?
I am, but I think Brook Lopez was also looking for some kind of deal so that him and his brother could get free rides for the rest of their lives.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
Well, the evolution of Brook Lopez continues as he is now a premier stretch 5. His three-point shot continues to get better and now a huge part of his arsenal.
And he's good on the second. And Lopez bold enough to give himself a nickname.
Yeah, well, what was it? Splash Mountain or something like that? I guess he's earned it with the work he's put in on his outside shooting. More and more centers these days shooting the 3 ball.
Daniels with it, guarded by Korver. Shot clock at 5. From deep 3-point range, Daniels no good. Milwaukee's gotten blank from 3-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. Connaughton passes to Hill. Lopez against Cousins. Lopez kicks to Ilyasova. Bucks passing it around. And here's Hill for three, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. The Lakers making a switch here. McGee's checked in. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Inside. Lays it up off the glass. Cook's got 8 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Bucks shooting just 34% from the floor. Hill passes to Korver. Over Cousins. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
And that one is good. 9 points in the game so far.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Hill finds Ilyasova. And there's the pass to Korver. And again, the Bucks miss. And for the Lakers, they're shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ilyasova.
Let's check out some stats for McGee. Good season for him last year. 3rd in field goal percentage and one of the great shot erasers in our game, providing the last line of defense. How about top 5 in the league for blocks?
And it's a pretty terrific feat to finish top 3 in field goal percentage. Just a testament to how hard he works to become the consummate pro. Now Cousins. After Kyle Korver missing on that last 3-pointer. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Brook Lopez.
And Cousins is just so strong down there in the paint. He easily picks up that foul thanks to his height.
It was to the chagrin of many that Cousins joined the Warriors last season, but it looked to be the right choice for him. Got to take his time rehabbing and came back to a team in first place with no pressure.
And that one falls for Cousins. And with Cousins last year, you know, Greg, he came back with a bit of a minutes restriction.
And Kevin, time will tell just how full a recovery Cousins can make. But last year went how he hoped it would with regards to taking a year to get things right and be in a good situation.
Lopez, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo comes in for Ilyasova.
I remember when Cousins came into the NBA, I had a chance to watch him at his very first summer league game, and I thought he'd be a problem then. Well, he's still a problem now. I mean, he can do so many things out there.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul called on Los Angeles. The Bucks have really been struggling with their free throws, only made 5. More misses than makes so far.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. And he makes both free throws. Here's Los Angeles now. They're on an 18-7 run. Here is Cook, covered by Giannis. And they double up Cousins. Daniels from outside. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Daniels has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Hill kicks to Lopez. Here's Connaughton. He's got 8. Korver passes to Lopez. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. And again, the Bucks miss.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
Daniels passes to Caldwell Pope, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Kentavious Caldwell Pope. Taking 2 shots.
2.
The first free throw is good.
Yeah, much improved foul shooter. KCP also starting to get to the line at a higher rate.
Avery Bradley, he's checked in for Quinn Cook. He's perfect from the line this time. 1:12 left in the third quarter. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. And now it's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best fast break teams from a season ago. The Lakers second.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 1:04 left in the third quarter. Outside Bradley. Passes it to Cousins. Over on Antetokounmpo. No good from Cousins.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
Now here's Giannis. 18 points for him. Here's Connaughton, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Connaughton's got 12.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
Here's Bradley. 6 points for him. Pass to Cousins. Kicks to Daniels. Puts up a 3. No good. Shot missing.
Been a struggle for him tonight, but if they can make this lead hold up, he can just chalk this up as one of those nights.
Hill passes to Antetokounmpo. Fires the 3. That shot is off. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We'll return shortly. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter, Hill is out there with Kyle Korver. Then there's Brown. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Wilson in at the power forward. Clock at 6. Daniels passes to McGee. The 3 from Bradley. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Releases. Korver, no luck.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
And it's sent back by Lopez. Hill has the open look. His three-pointer's off the mark. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Dishes it to Bradley. And the contract structure for NBA first-rounders, 2 years guaranteed, 2 years of team options, qualifying offer. Brent, should we consider changing that up?
I think it's working pretty well, Kevin. I think every front office is out there trying to find players out there that are giving you value beyond your contract. And that happens a lot when you're a team that has a first-round pick, 1 through 10, 1 through 20, and you hit on a draft choice. You potentially could get 3 years and sometimes 4 when you have incredible players coming into the league as their first year, changing franchises around. But a player that's providing way more value than the contract that they're getting at that time. So I don't see that changing much. It gives teams a long enough time to evaluate the talent coming in.
Seems to be working.
It does. And the players that prove it are looking at the calendar saying,
take a break.
Could I fast forward 3 years? Because I really like to cash in on what I'm doing for you.
And he knocks down the first one. Well, he's not a locked-in starter these days, but Brent, George Hill can be effective off the bench.
Comes in at the 1 or the 2 guard position, can guard the 1 through 3 positions. And because of George Hill and his massive amount of playoff experience, there's a lot of confidence in the coaching staff to get George out on the floor, and then he's going to make the right play at the right time.
About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. To the inside, McGee, and it's McGee with the jam.
Well, that's a good job by Avery Bradley, recognizing that he had an open teammate and get it to him in a good position.
One shot. One shot.
And that one misses. Brent, we have seen some players refuse to speak to the media. For whatever reason, where should that line be drawn?
Well, there is a role and a responsibility, I think, of every player in the league, Kevin, given that it's an entertainment industry and that people have jobs around this league to tell stories, to have access to those players. Now, every player doesn't want to talk or get into certain things, but their availability should be made and people should have access to them. Look, I don't want to take out the trash every Tuesday, but I understand I got to do it at home. Right. And so players have a responsibility to their franchise to be a voice at times.
I always thought you were terrific with the media.
Well, I appreciate that, Kevin. Maybe that's how I got this job.
Here's DiVincenzo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Off target at the rim. Daniels dishes to McGee. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Outside Hill. Lets a floater go. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And the Lakers get called for the foul.
George Hill taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Hill. It's tough to get a unified feel on who the league MVP is. Which element, when you're looking at the MVP, matters most to you?
if we talk about that, Kevin, I always think about the MVP ends up being the guy that helps you get 6 to 8 unexpected wins. That's who I look to. So in this past season, what it was that Giannis did, not only with Coach Budenholzer coming in to Milwaukee, the stylistic change that they went through, and then the shouldered responsibility of Giannis to be the initiator to that much change in one season. That's why last year I feel like he was the most valuable player in the league. Even though eye-popping numbers were coming out of Houston, again with James Harden, I go back to Giannis and that massive amount of change and him being the guy that shouldered it all.
That's a great answer. Now here's Caldwell Pope. Now here is McGee outside Bradley. Lopez with the block.
And the space Lopez is able to cover on defense, using that size and length to reject the shots.
Hill kicks to Wilson. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Bradley. And here's McGee. Outside Bradley. From the high post. That's good on the jump shot.
Year after year, Avery Bradley seems to come back with something more in his bag of tools. Nice job on the pick and roll there.
DiVincenzo passes to Wilson. Pass to Hill. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Yeah, this has been a night where you could look at his shooting and his performance, and it's affected the team. That's the bottom line.
Dudley's shot is good.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Here's DiVincenzo. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Much better job of just taking care of the basketball, really putting the onus on the defense.
Howard's checked in for the Lakers. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Now here's Bradley. Tight defense on him. He kicks it to Daniels. Caldwell Pope outside. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. From downtown, Daniels, no good.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Outside Hill. The shot, no good. And it's Bradley with the ball for the Los Angeles Lakers. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
Brown the pass to Hill. Brent, when constructing a team, it's always tricky to fit in max contracts. But the truth is, some players probably deserve much more money than they're allowed to receive.
Incredible to say that, right,
It
Kevin?
is, yeah.
But there are guys like LeBron James, whose $35 million contract might be worth 100.
I always thought about Jordan too, right? I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And for the years that Michael Jordan was underpaid in Chicago for what it was he was doing. But in terms of competitive balance for the league and 30 franchises, and for you to try to build a team and a roster to put out on the floor to play this game and have opportunities to win championships, it's really the only way, and sometimes unfairly for guys in terms of their competition and compensation to have to put maximums on what it is that players can earn.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Lopez.
And the fun-loving personality Lopez has makes him a likable teammate. It's clear that they love playing with him.
Cook, he's checked in for Los Angeles. He doesn't get the second one.
And last season, really not a fun one for Dwight Howard as he missed a lot of time. A lot of games left on the table by him as he has battled those back issues.
Milwaukee's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. DiVincenzo passes to Wilson. Here's DiVincenzo. And it's sent back by Howard.
Well, Dwight Howard still makes you think about your shot attempts, easily leaping up to throw that one away.
And Dudley kicks to Cook. The shot from the low post is good. And with Howard, his presence was missed in the lineup last year due to injuries.
And Howard isn't what he once was, but he can still make a difference on the floor. That size and rebounding really hard to replace on a team by just one player.
And here are the Lakers. They're on a 14-4 run. Over to the left wing. Lobbed up there for Howard, and it's slammed in by Howard.
You have to get in front of Dwight Howard. When he has that kind of room to soar, he's going to finish alley-oops with style.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's DiVincenzo. He's covered by Daniels. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Dwight Howard. Well, in his rookie year, Dante DiVincenzo spent some time in the NBA and some time in the G League. And Brent got plenty of chances to learn on the fly.
DiVincenzo getting 27 games last year with the Milwaukee Bucks and a lot of experience in the G League. That's going to pay off, Kevin, as he's going to find out where it is that when he gets into the game, he's going to have the most confidence.
Take a break.
Mike Budenholzer and the staff have a program for him, and he's sticking to it, and he's ready to go.
First one falls for him. Brent, a few players now host podcasts, participate with those elements, with those vehicles during the season. Any thoughts on that?
I think it's great. I think it's fantastic for our fan base and for our players to have an outlet, to have conversations and share a little bit more about their personality. It grows them as people, I think, Kevin, especially I've listened to J.J. Redick's many times over, and you learn something new, not only about players, but about their interests and how they're spending time. And I think if you were a young player, let's say you were a high school senior, and you're a college player, and you're listening to some of the things that guys are talking about in their experiences, I think it's invaluable for what it is that you don't know exists around a player in the NBA, and for you to start having considerations about how difficult the task is, how mentally taxing. So these things are great outlets for the players. Okay? And he has not made one shot in this one. Has to be on his mind every time he's pulling up. He's been off the mark, and that hasn't helped them chip away at the lead. It's been a theme here this quarter.
Now Daniels. Caldwell Pope outside. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Daniels has got his 4th assist in this one.
Yeah, defenses beware. You have to close out hard on KCP and disrupt his rhythm.
Now here's Wilson. The pass to DiVincenzo. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
Well, he's just really struggling right now, and with everything he's throwing up, nothing really helping out in terms of his confidence. I mean, these ones aren't even close.
A lot of missing stats from the 60s and 70s, but if we could go back and look at those actual numbers, any players you think would really be catching our eye in terms of, wow, I didn't know that guy was that good, or he's better than I thought he was?
Well, don't we always look at the incredible, mind-boggling numbers of Wilt Chamberlain
yes,
and think, what was that guy doing?
Yeah.
And we don't even have half of it.
No.
So Wilt Chamberlain comes to mind first. What I think about, Kevin, when that question comes up is how many great players through the 70s and also really through the 80s, because the three-point line wasn't accentuated enough, missed the opportunity to be even greater scorers. I mean, Jerry West with a three-point line.
Can you imagine that?
You got to be kidding me. So there's a lot of gap of those players, too, that also because of changes in rules and because the three-point line wasn't in, that we would be talking about in terms of nostalgia and their accomplishments with a much different voice.
Even someone as recent as Jordan, with the rules the way they are now.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
With the openness of the floor and what Michael could do, as if he wanted to prove he could do more.
Exactly. And it's slammed in by Howard.
That guy hits the gym, Dwight Howard, and using his size and soft touch, he gets these and-one opportunities.
Free throw no good for Howard. Brent, when a team hires a new coach, what tends to be the feelings of the players in that locker room, knowing there's a new voice in there?
If you are a veteran player, you have the opportunity, more than likely, Kevin, to call 5 or 6 resources that know who that coach is. Because most of the time, coaches that are getting hired have previous NBA experience. If you're a younger player, you're looking at what it is that's being written and said about that coach to try to evaluate how it is that you're going to fit in. The biggest responsibility, Kevin, is that new coach trying to get as many of those players into the facility or at a meeting or at a dinner to have them understand from day one, as soon as possible, what it is that they're about, what it is he's expecting from them, and how it is he's going to go about them. Then all the other things about guesswork, those go away.
Right, all about communication.
That communication and communication as quick as you possibly can, that's an important factor.
Schedule, yes.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Now, here's Howard. Back to Cook. Here's the teardrop. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you know how physical Howard is down there. When he's going up with his shot, he is expecting contact.
At the line for 2.
And he makes the first.
Hard to deny many of the skills that Dwight Howard brings to the floor on a nightly basis. Not just a force on defense, but has those nights on offense where he can be imposing as well.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Here's DiVincenzo. The kick out to Brown. The 3 drains the three-pointer.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
And so it's the